Hey. Welcome to this video. It's kind of a video, it's kind of not a video. There is no moving picture. That made me sound so old, but there is no moving picture. This is not a motion picture. This is actually a podcast episode that I am uploading to YouTube. So if you have landed on this video, feel free to just turn your screen off and listen. If you don't have YouTube Premium, though, you might not be able to do that. I think that's one of the major features of YouTube Premium. But put your phone down, put me on the TV, whatever you want to do, go do all of your mom's stuff and just listen. That's normally how I actually listen to YouTube. Even vlogs, I won't actually like watch the vlog. Or if I put it on the TV while I'm cleaning or cooking, I may only literally watch like 10% of it, but I'm listening 100% of the time. So that's what made me think, you know what? Let me try this podcast to YouTube thing. So, anyways, that was a long rant. Welcome in. My name is Kay Marie. And today we're going to be talking about a 5-step guide to balancing your mom life. Okay. I'm a mom of two. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And so it is hard to balance. Let me not say that. I don't want y'all to adopt my limiting beliefs. It is not hard to balance. You just have to have the right systems. And that is what I learned going from one kid to 2 kids. Now I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, almost a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. And if over the next few months, I have summer babies. But going from one kid to 2 kid really taught me how important it was to implement systems in my home, which is really crazy because that is what I did for a living. Okay, I was a systematic person. I have a project management certification. That's what I do for other businesses. I don't anymore. I've transitioned into health and nutrition coaching now, which is basically life systems. But yeah, like it's important to have them. It makes life so much easier. I will tell you guys, a few weeks ago, I went to Walmart and I said, you know what? I'm going to get these little clothes bins. Y'all know those little clothes bins that you like pull out and like the plastic ones, like they're normally white or black. And you've probably had them either somewhere through your childhood, teen years, or college, but they're like just little plastic drawers. It almost mimics like a dresser, but it's not a full-on dresser. It's like the super cheap version, but it's great for organizing things. You can label them, they're plastic. And so I got this brilliant idea a few weeks ago. I went to Walmart, I got some, and I said, these are going to be their outfits for the week. So I got 2 bins for each of them, which unfortunately they only come in stacks of 3. And so there's 7 days in a week. So I got 2 stacks. So each of them have 2 stacks of these organizing bins. They stack right on top of each other, and you can just pull the drawer out and you can see through the front of the drawer like what's inside of it. And so I got it for each of them. There's 6 drawers. Put their outfit. So instead of having this long wash, dry, and fold conundrum and putting things into their dresser drawers, which by the way, at this age, they go in there and they just move stuff around. They're just so curious. They're just doing things. And so I was like, you know what? This needs to be a lot easier because I'm doing all this work on Saturday and Sunday to wash everybody's clothes, dry them, fold them, put them away, and then I still have to make outfits throughout the week. And it feels like I'm doing double work. And guess what? I was doing double work. So now I wash, dry, and as I'm folding, I'm putting their outfits together, and one outfit goes in each bin. Everything they need to get dressed: underwear, pants, shirt, socks. My 2-year-old, he's in pull-ups. He's potty training, so he's working his way out of pull-ups. His pull-up goes in there. So each bin has everything they need to get dressed. When I tell y'all, and my kids wake up before me, when I tell y'all, I woke up yesterday at around 6:15, maybe 6:30. I opened my door and my kids were dressed. Like fully dressed. I didn't have to say anything. We're talking about a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. Actually, the 2-year-old had gotten dressed, forgot his pull up, accidentally peed in his pants, took his pants off, went and got a pull up out of the bin, the clothes bin, and gotten redressed. And he was like, Mommy, I peed in my pants. And I'm like, I know y'all haven't been awake for that long because I could hear you like through my door because our rooms are on the same floor. I can hear you through my door. I know you haven't been awake for that long, but the fact that just the idea of having a system and having bins empowered them to take responsibility and do what they know they need to do in the morning and doing the routine that me and my partner have started and have continued for their entire lives. Hey, we wake up, we get dressed, we brush our teeth, we put on our socks and shoes. And so to wake up and see that they did all that was like, oh my gosh, balance is happening. It's happening. It's happening, everybody. Don't panic. So yeah, that was amazing. A little cry moment, but also very happy that they're respecting the bins. And it's only been about 2 or 3 weeks since they've started using the bins. And I haven't labeled them yet, but I told myself I need to label them because labeling them is a part of helping them recognize the days of the week and how to spell and the phonetics and all that other kind of stuff. So I'm going to be going crazy with the labeler here shortly throughout our house, especially as my 4-year-old is turning 5 and she's going to kindergarten, and she's pretty good with phonetics right now, but I just want to help her stay on top of things and ahead of things. Y'all know how the public school system is. Let's not even talk about it. But anyways, veered off to the left. Let's get into this 5-step guide to balancing mom life. Okay? So number 1 is own your priorities. First things first, what matters to you? Okay, not what society says, not what the media is pushing, but what do you truly value? You have to get really clear on your priorities, your faith, your family, your career, your self care. And then what you want to do is organize your day and set boundaries around that. Remember, you are the CEO of your life. So you have to make those decisions with confidence. I speak to a lot of women every single day as a coach in all the spectrums of how I coach. I coach business, I coach life, I coach nutrition. And listen, making decisions is how you get to where you want to be in life. Notice that I did not say making the right decisions. I did not say making the wrong decisions. Making decisions. Doesn't matter if it's right, if it's wrong, if you have to go back and change something later, if it's not hindsight 2020, whatever. Making decisions is how you get to where you want to be in life. So don't be overconsumed whether it's right or wrong. Just get clear on what matters to you. What are your priorities? What is important to you right now in this season of your life? And make decisions that honor what you have decided is important for you right now in this season of your life. If you're married or if you're in a relationship, what are your priorities as a couple? And what are your priorities as an individual? Most of the time, your priorities as an individual will align with your priorities as a couple. If they don't, they should. I'm not a therapist. Don't ask me. Okay. Go talk to your therapist. But there should be alignment there. So I don't want you to say, well, I'll listen to the podcast and no, honor your husband. Okay. But make decisions. Make decisions. Make decisions. Decisions is the opposite of stagnant. It's the opposite of stuck. So if you're feeling stuck, guess what? Make a decision. Doesn't matter what it is. Just make a decision and you'll be unstuck. It's that simple. Okay. It can be that simple if you just do it. But you have to first own your priorities. What is important to you, not to others. I'm going to stop banging on my desk, not to other people. The second step to balancing your mom life, set boundaries and honor them. Okay, let's talk a little bit about boundaries. Boundaries is your secret weapon to making sure you're not drained. Whether that means turning off work emails at 6 p.m., saying no to things that don't align with your goals, creating kid free zones in your house. Yes, yes, yes. I have a kid free zone in my house. Like, don't come in here. Y'all know not to come in here. Don't come over here. You know not. Don't sit in that chair. Like, I literally have a specific chair. This is my kid free zone chair. Don't touch it. It's a very comfortable chair. But they have a lot of other options throughout the house. But this is all about protecting your energy. You have to carve out time for you. You have to carve out physical space for you because a part of being overstimulated is physical touch. But you cannot pour from an empty cup. And like, that's clear. We all know that. We've heard it a million times. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So you have to set boundaries and honor them. And that doesn't just mean between you and your kids or you and your partner or whatever. The boundaries also apply to career. This is where a lot of us fall prey. If you decided you're not working after 6, shut the laptop down. Don't just close it. Don't just move it to the side. Go into the top left-hand corner. Hit the Apple button. I got a Mac. Hit the Apple icon. Shut it down, boo, and take it to another room, a room that you're not going to be in. Shut it down. Put it in your backpack. Shut it down. Put it in your laptop bag or wherever, wherever it is. But let it go. Okay. You got to stop it. If it's 6, okay. If it's 7, okay. If it's 8, okay. It really doesn't matter what time it is. You know what time you go to sleep, but you just have to set the boundary and honor it. Same thing with the weekend. Set the boundary and honor it. Okay. Step number three, embrace the power of good enough. Embrace the power of good enough. Perfection is a myth. Let go of trying to do it all perfectly all the time. Now, if you got one kid, you might still be in this. You might still be, when you have one, you could kind of just things can be how you want it to be pretty much. But once you get to multiples, I just need some corporate prayer going on here. When you get to multiples, you let go of that. That's why they say the middle child is wild and the youngest, like if you have three, you know how they say the first one is the most responsible because that's the one where you was like, we're gonna do it all right. I'm gonna teach you how to be responsible. I'm gonna hold my boundaries as a mom, and you are going to be the model child. That's why the first one is like so responsible. Then the second one, you like, you know what? Whatever, I'm tired. That's why they wild. And then the last one, if you have three, the last one, the youngest, is normally super spoiled. You're like, I'll just give you everything, you know? But let go of trying to do it all perfectly all the time, right? That's how we interact with our kids. Most of the time, that's how we interact with our kids. But I want you to think about how you interact with yourself. And I want you to let go of trying to do it all perfectly all the time because we already know perfection is not real. So why are you stressing yourself out trying to do things perfectly when you know it's not real? Yeah, crickets. Okay. Focus on being present, not perfect. Focus on being present, not perfect. Sometimes your kids are going to eat cereal for dinner, and that's cool. Sometimes they're going to have pancakes and eggs for dinner, and that's cool. Sometimes they're going to have pizza for breakfast, and that's cool. Okay. Sometimes good enough is good enough. Sometimes your to do list won't get fully checked off. And guess what? The world's not going to end. So embrace the chaos and roll with it. Know that you're doing your best. You are doing your best. You're showing up for them every day. They're dressed or they're getting themselves dressed. They're eating. There's food on the table. The lights are on. The water is running. You have a roof over your head. Like, start identifying things in your life that you can be grateful for and embracing the good enough. Because if you stress yourself out with perfection, and this is especially for all of my type A, highly competitive, high achieving first daughters, that's me. First daughter, most responsible sibling. If my brothers are listening to this, most responsible sibling, most responsible, high achieving, highly competitive. I do things for the trophy. Like, I am highly competitive. I need people to know not only did I complete this, this is proof that I completed this. Perfectionist, right? I like for things to be a certain way. I've worked my way outside of perfectionist. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I guess I'll say that. Because now I'm like, do it and let's see what happens. Jump off the edge of the cliff and let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? God got me. Like, that's my attitude now, right? But it wasn't always that way. And so you have to find a balance in between, and we're talking about balance today, the power of good enough and perfection. It doesn't always have to be perfect. It can be more than good enough, but it doesn't always have to be perfect either. Sometimes you just need to do things. And that's why number one was get clear on your priorities and make decisions. Step four, create a spiritual habit to center your mind. You need your sacred space. There is a higher power. I'm a God girl. I love Jesus. So God exists. Whether you believe it's God or Allah or whoever, you need your sacred space. Whether it's 10 minutes of prayer or meditation, a morning walk, journaling, you have to find something that centers you every day, something that is beyond you. I have great respect for all of my Muslim friends because praying 5 times a day, the discipline. I don't know if I want to use the word envy. Envy is not really a good word, but I adore you for that level of dedication and commitment to God. Like, seriously. But this is your time to reconnect with yourself. You hear God, you just breathe. It helps you show up better for your kids, your spouse, your business, and for yourself. Okay. So you have to have that daily spiritual practice. It's centering. Even if it's 10 minutes, it should really be longer than 10 minutes. It should really be like 30 minutes to an hour. I mean, come on, you got 24 hours in a day. You should only be sleeping about 8 or 9 of those. Most of y'all ain't even getting 8 or 9 hours of sleep. So if you sleep in 8 hours, let's just say this. If you're sleeping 8 hours and you're working 8 hours, that's 16. You still have another 8 hours. You can't find 30 minutes out of that 8 hours to spend with God and to recenter yourself and to reconnect. Get it together. Get it together. Somebody just got in trouble. Get it together. Okay. And step five, last but not least, delegate, delegate, delegate. Okay. You do not have to do it all alone. Lean into your support system. If you do not ASK, you do not GET. Because a lot of us are doing things on our own and we're upset about it and we're angry about it and we're doing things for our kids and our families in anger and in frustration when literally you didn't ask anybody to help you. So that's why nobody's helping you. It's not that nobody wants to help you, but let's be clear. Kids do not read minds. Spouses do not read minds. Mamas do not read minds. Whoever's in your tribe, your siblings, your sisters and brothers, they can't read your mind. So, although we expect them to. So, if you want someone to show up for you, if you need someone to show up for you in this season so that you are not stressed and overworked and tired and frustrated and overstimulated, start with actually asking for the help. Ask for the help. They're not just gonna know. Doesn't matter how long they've known you, they're not just gonna know, especially if it's a man, because they don't understand. Honestly, they don't. They could say they do, but they don't. So when you're feeling the burden of being the primary parent, which even in a relationship, most of the time mom is the primary parent and the kids come to you first for everything. Men often don't understand that because they haven't experienced it. Let's just say this across the board. I don't have it's not about men or women. It's about we cannot expect people to understand something that they have not experienced. We can't ask someone to understand something that they have not experienced. So whether that's being the primary parent, giving birth, going through a tragedy, experiencing some type of trauma, like you cannot expect someone to understand on any level something that they have not experienced. And so for that reason, expecting someone to step in and help you or ask you if you need help, assuming that they understand what you're feeling, knowing that they have not experienced that is insanity. Okay? It's insanity. So don't do it. Ask for the help, whether it's your partner, your family, a cleaning service. Don't be afraid to delegate. Even if it's just one time. You don't have to always put everything into your monthly budget. Let's just say, you know what? It's April. April's a busy season for us. We have Easter, we have spring break, we have da 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 da. Like this month, I'm gonna pay for meal prep for this month. It doesn't have to be a lifelong commitment. It could be just buying yourself a break. Literally what it is. Buy yourself a break, sis. Do it. Fit it in. Give up something this month, 1 month, to replace it with a cleaning service. I bet you'll be so much happier. Okay? But let others step in to support you. And when somebody offers you help, take it. Be in a receiving posture and people will offer you help. When you allow other people to help you, you create more space for things that truly matter. Okay? You're a team player. Be a team player. So, as we close out for today's episode, balance doesn't mean doing everything at once. It's about aligning your life with your true priorities, honoring your worth, and knowing when to take a step back and breathe. You've got this, okay? You're already the whole vibe. You're the whole vibe, sis. All right? Let me know in the comments below if you have done any of these steps inside of this guide. Let me know how you feel about this podcast style with no video. Let me know. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye.